Okay, so it has come to my attention that come October 1st, they are removing void missions. Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, I'm gonna start reading patch notes because this should have been in my other video, so I do apologize that it's going to be separate. But I what are we doing here? What why are we just gutting content from the game now? Why are we significantly reducing incentive and reason to play certain parts of the game, and now we're just removing shit altogether? What the hell? Why are we doing this? What purpose does this serve? In terms of the optimization conditions and simplifying things, how about instead of doing that, you start explaining some fucking things to people, Nexon? How about you start putting in some lines of text? Maybe some lines of dialogue when it comes to explaining to new players how stuff works. What why is it so hard to do that? Why do we have so many people in the community who don't know how to operate half the game? That's on you. That's on you for not being clear enough in your tutorials and your explanations of how things work. That's on you for actually having some things being completely exempt from being explained at all. That's your fault. That's not our fault as the player. And so your solution is to just fundamentally change things, which is actually a lot harder to code into a game than a simple lines of text and maybe some recorded dialogue. Uh, all you need is a prompt for it, and then the text or the dialogue, and then there you go. The explanation is included into the game. Why are we doing this? Why are you wasting your resources? Why are you taking away parts of the game from us? What the hell? What is your reason for this? And while we're here on the subject of, them not being clear enough with their explanations, that's another reason why the community pushes so hard for balance changes, for X Descendant to be nerfed or buffed, for all of this stuff. And I understand and completely acknowledge that there's power creep in this game, but when you have thousands upon thousands of people who don't know how to build their descendants properly, who don't know what they're doing, who don't genuinely ask enough questions or ask the community for help. And then you have these same people going into your streams, like sending you messages, tweeting to your on your Twitter, commenting on your posts and saying, change this, change that, change this. How can you sit there and actually genuinely consider the opinions of these people when they clearly are not educated or studied up enough on the game to provide these opinions from a from an objective standpoint? How do you do this? Why? I just literally the first person that cries wolf. Okay, Descendant nerfed, Descendant buffed. And don't get me wrong, I love that they buffed the old Descendants. I'm not speaking out against buffs or necessarily nerfs, even though I don't think nerfs should even be a thing in this game unless the um a part of a Descendant isn't working as intended, right? That's the only time that I feel like there should be a change or a nerf, quote unquote. Like with Ultimate Luna, I have no problem with that at all. With her fever damage buff being changed or improved or whatever it is. So I genuinely don't understand. Don't have a modicum of understanding as to this reasoning for these updates because they're slowly but surely just gutting the game, man. Like first you take massive incentive away from doing colossi and then from farming reactors, and now this. We're just removing a subset of missions altogether now. For what? I understand you're going to have the amorphous material NPC and that we don't need this anymore to open amorphous materials. I understand that. All you had to do was take away the amorphous material orb that pops up after we kill the damn things. Sometimes people like to do this. I like to use these to farm reactors, actually. Believe it or not, I like to use these to farm reactors. I like to use these to farm a couple of things, and actually just kill an enemy real quick. It's fun. It's fun to just one-shot the little bastard. But yeah, okay. All right, Nexon. I see you, fam. 2 thumbs up from me. All right. Yeah, if you agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know, and we can have a civil discussion about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.